Hi, today the show that I will be talking about is the Pretty Little Liars spinoff, The Perfectionist. The Perfectionist was first released in March of 2019, and the last episode was released in May of 2019. And it was created as a spinoff of the popular series Pretty Little Liars, which aired on Freeform, formerly known as ABC Family. Pretty Little Liars was on air from 2010 to 2017, and The Perfectionist was based off the book written by Sarah Shepard. The story focuses on the characters of Pretty Little Liars and their lives after the series has ended, and it focuses more on a group in a town called Beacon Heights, which is where Janelle Parrish and Sasha Peters reprise their roles as Mona and Allison, and they live in that area, and they team up with a group of college students at the local university that they work at. They leave Rosewood in hopes of leaving behind their dark past, but it follows them into the new town and they have to deal with a whole different events. The series first aired on March 20th, 2019, and it was on until May 22nd, 2019, and the first season had 10 episodes. Although it was expected to be a success because of the success of Pretty Little Liars, it didn't do as well as people thought it was going to, and then this resulted in the cancellation of the program. In my personal opinion, I feel like this show had a lot of prospect because of how successful Pretty Little Liars was. And I chose this program because of how much I enjoy Pretty Little Liars, even though I've only seen like one episode of The Perfectionist. Given the success of Pretty Little Liars, it seems like the viewers would like to see these characters in different roles and doing different things. But once it actually was on the air, it didn't do as well as people thought it was going to do. In comparison, Pretty Little Liars had over 2.4 million viewers, while The Perfectionist had around 240,000 viewers. These numbers might be decreasing because of the fact that there's a lot more streaming services coming around now, so people aren't watching cable as much, so there's not as many live viewers, and there's more people watching things on Netflix or Hulu or things of that nature. And in 2010, television was a lot different of an industry than it is now, so that definitely might have something to do with the fact that the show didn't do as good as it could. This show also had difficulties keeping people interested because of how much darker the themes were compared to Pretty Little Liars, and audiences had trouble really hooking on to the show as much. There's also a trend in shows at Freeform, which was formerly known as ABC Family, and a lot of their shows get canceled after hardly enough episodes, and the ending is very abrupt because they didn't get a chance to film a finale episode. And this happens quite a bit at Freeform, and hopefully it decreases in the future. But overall, this show could have been canceled for a number of reasons. Maybe because of the fact that people aren't watching cable as much, and maybe just the fact that people didn't like the concepts in the show as much as they like Pretty Little Liars. It could have been a hit or miss because I know there's also another spinoff to Pretty Little Liars and it didn't do as well either. So it might just be one of those things where it could have been good in theory, but it wasn't as good when it was actually executed.